Hello, my name is Lisa, and I am a librarian here at the Ben May Main Library. So for today's Read, Eat, Repeat, I thought I'd recommend a book I got to read early, so it doesn't come out until February 23rd. It's called, I'm going to have to look at it because I just do, Guilty Admissions, The Bribes, Favors, and Phonies Behind the College Cheating Scandal by Nicole LaPorte. This is an absolutely fascinating book. This is about that scandal that came out in 2019, where it turns out a number of wealthy people and a couple of famous people had paid a man named Rick Singer, or had donated to his charity in order to get their kids into college. And the two main ways that Singer sort of got them in, which he called the side door, so the two main side doors that he used were either improving their test scores through essentially having an SAT, ACT expert take the test for the kids, or by representing them as athletic recruits, sometimes in sports that they didn't play at all and had never played. What was really fascinating to me about this book is a couple of things. One is that Singer is a con man, which, I mean, that's not a surprise. And I think in explaining this con, the author almost was trying to develop some sympathy for these wealthy parents who decided to get their children into college this way. I see that he conned them. She makes a very good case for that, and that he manipulated them, because that's part of conning someone. Breaking them down, convincing them to trust you, and then convincing them that that you are their only option. The thing that surprised me is that I was more angry at the colleges themselves than I ever thought I would have been. Because when you look at this scandal, how this happened, and when she lays it all out for you and all the research that she's done, what I realized is that there are sort of three corners of this scandal. There's the parents who chose to do this. There's Rick Singer, the con man, who set all this up and is 100% responsible for all of the things that he did. But then there's the colleges themselves, who created a situation that was deeply confusing for these parents, and were quite frankly dishonest with parents in some aspects of how admissions works. What's even more disturbing about this book is, as you get all the way through this, you realize Rick Singer is probably going to jail. He isn't yet, but it's still ongoing. About half of the parents have already they've either pled guilty, or I don't think anybody's fully been tried yet. It's mostly people who've pled guilty. But about half of them have already faced justice in terms of what they have to do to make up for what they've done. Several of them have gone to jail. And as I said, we're only about halfway through this massive group. But the other corner of this is the colleges, who are only making small, not terribly impactful changes in their admissions policies. That is so frustrating and so angry when you get to the end of this and you realize everyone else is facing consequences except the people who orchestrated the situation and made it confusing and made it difficult for these parents to navigate. So I almost want to recommend this book to people who have like middle school and high school age kids. In some ways, though, I don't want to recommend this book to those exact people, because it won't help you through the college admissions process, but it will explain to you why it's so confusing and what you're up against in terms of what the colleges are saying to people versus what they're doing behind the scenes. My one small criticism for the book would be that she keeps calling it, LaPorte keeps calling it the Varsity Blues scandal, which I heard it called that a little bit in the beginning, but no one's really calling it that. Everyone's just sort of calling it the college admissions scandal or the Lori Loughlin thing, that kind of stuff. The Varsity Blues thing doesn't really mean anything to most people, but she's trying really hard to make that name stick. And it's slightly eye-rolling as you keep encountering it. And you're like, yeah, sure. Do you want to call it that? Call it that. And for my food recommendation, I have been eating these mini low-sugar, dark chocolate-covered coconut bars. It's really nice because I can eat a couple of them and not feel too guilty about it. And I don't have a sugar crash later. Like, I can just enjoy the chocolate and the sweetened coconut and not have to face, well, consequences, I guess. As I said, I got to read Guilty Admissions early. And if you want to know in advance what Mobile Public Library is buying, and even a chance to put these things on hold before they even arrive at the library, you may want to join me on Mobile Public Library's Facebook page every Tuesday at 11. I do a show called TM New Book Tuesday where I go over the pre-orders for next month's books. And I also have a newsletter called MPL Pre-Orders that you can subscribe to. I'll put the link for that below. It gives you a chance to see, again, the books that I'm going to discuss on TM New Book Tuesday, but you can also click on the newsletter and it will take you to our catalog so you can put the items on hold. I also give away at least one book for free every week to someone who is in the comments of TM New Book Tuesday, so if you'd like to win a free book, you could also join me for that. Thanks for watching. Bye.